specifically request your same locker and this new arrangement?
No, I think it just worked out that way. I've been on this wall for a little bit now. I was here with the old locker room with you, with you guys. So it's definitely had some changes.
Joel, how does it feel like the offense is coming together, and what do you think fans can expect to see on Sunday?
Yeah, I think we're moving in the right direction. I know we had that last preseason game, but then last week we had a bunch of time to practice against our defense and get a lot of those, money down situational football. Really work out some of the, kinks and try and get into game mode. And so far last week and this week, I think we've been moving in the right direction. And I think, you're seeing everybody out on the field now. Everybody's kind of getting healthy and our offense, what we're going to have. So I think we're moving in the right direction. I'm excited to kind of see us play on Sunday.
Murray says fireworks.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what fireworks, you know what I mean? But I think, we can see something. I'm excited. I know we have a lot of weapons that we can distribute the ball to, and I'm excited to see how it kind of works out, how we distribute it.
Hey, Joe, where's winning a season opener on your bucket list?
Right now, it's huge. It's our next game, so it would be great to win this game. I know I haven't won one since I've been here. So it would be huge. But, I mean, to be cliche, Coach Stefanski always talks about going 1-0, and that's our next opponent right now is the Panthers, and we're trying to win this game. But I think afterwards you can think back and look at it. But right now it's like, let's just get this week 1 win.
Historically, it's been a challenge. Is it confounding how much of a challenge it's been for this franchise?
I mean, there's a few years we were really bad. You know what I mean? So like that's part of it. But I feel like last year we came out and we played pretty well. I mean, it didn't work out for us, but I mean, I think there's definitely some there's been some moments. My first one ever, we were down like 28-3 or 27 at halftime. We came back, then they hit a field goal to win it. I mean, so we've been in some ones, and then we've laid some eggs too. So it's part of it, but I don't think any of that really matters anymore. It's a new team, it's new players, and we're excited for the challenge this week.
Did you get a feeling that Stefanski changed the way he prepares for this opener compared to the previous 2 years? I know those were weird years because of COVID.
I would say possibly training camp was a little bit different. I mean, we got a lot more in-house work and team bonding stuff going on this year because, like you said, COVID has been different. I mean, the first year, we were so COVIDed out. Like, everything was so different, no preseason at all. It's really hard to judge anything off of that one. But there's definitely been some changes. I wouldn't say anything,
But
major.
is earlier emphasis on the game one opponent, anything like that?
I mean, we started looking at them last week. You don't want to get too far ahead of yourself because you have the preseason games, but we started looking at film, and I know they break down all their, stats and stuff all off season. So I know they had that stuff ready for us, and if we wanted to watch specific rushers and things like that, but we didn't start actually going through the team stuff till last week, which I think is pretty normal.
Baker said yesterday he hopes to get a hug from Nick and at least a word out of him. Are you going to say hi to Baker before the game or anything?
Probably not before the game. I might say something to him afterwards. But no, I mean, we're just going. I don't go out before the game usually anyway, so I'll be in the locker room ready to roll. We got a lot of teammates over there. It's not just Bake, with Corbett, Cam Irving. I think Higgins is over there still. Zane was there until he got hurt. Campy, their O-line coach. So there was a lot of guys that I've played with over there. But no, for me, I'm just treated like a normal game.
What did you think of his T-shirt? Did you see it on social media?
I have not seen it.
Joel, you talked about being here for a while, and there's teams that weren't expected to do very good, ones that had high expectations. What's this season like right now as you begin the season? Is it really anything you've encountered before with the suspension, expectations, all that stuff?
Yeah, we've had it, like you said, there's been plenty of years where we've had super high expectations and years where we haven't. I think the great thing about this team is, like, we're so focused on the now that we don't even have to worry about what's going to happen. Coach talks about legitimately, and that's why I say, like, jokingly it's cliche, but we talk about going 1-0 all the time, and that's really where we're focused at right now is winning this first game. We don't care about the expectations or what people are saying about us and stuff like that. We got to find a way to win the most games possible, and right now it's beating Carolina.
So obviously there's no part of those like 11 to say, wow, we really need to try to win 5 of those to stay in playoffs for when Deshaun comes back.
Yeah, there's none of that.
I think this is the third year you guys collectively up front are together, the starting five, if my memory serves me correctly. Just how do you feel about you guys as a unit and where you're at going into the season?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Poe's new, you know what I mean? But the rest of the guys are there, and we've had Coach Callahan here and Coach Peters and here for the last going on 3 years now. And I feel good. I feel like we're refining techniques. I feel like we're really understanding, the offense and how we work together. I know me and Jed have got a lot of work in. And so I'm looking forward to it. I know they have some good guys up front, but I think our offensive line, hopefully it can be part of our identity of the team, is the offensive line, the running game, play action. Like when we're rolling, it usually looks pretty good.
Joe, what have you seen out of Jack as he's tried to come back from that surgery, and just what kind of boost would it be if he's able to go for you?
Yeah, he's been he's been here pretty much all off season. He's been working since the moment the injury happened. He's been grinding to get back, and it's a testament to him and what he's put in. I know he's stronger. He's moving well to me. Like, he looks really good out there. The reps he's been getting, it'd be huge. I mean, he was an All-Pro a couple of years ago, and I mean, he's put on that film before, but he's a huge part of our offense, and I think it'd be awesome if he could get out there and go.
Derek Brown was such a high pick for them. What kind of player has he turned out to be?
He's actually really good. Anytime you're a D lineman in this league, it takes a little bit to really understand, especially interior D line. You're getting double teamed a lot more, and there's bigger guys you're going against. But when you turn on the tape, I mean, he's pretty dynamic in the run game and the pass game. He doesn't have quite the stats, in the pass game, but you see some of the moves he put on, the way he can push the puck, because he's a big dude that's athletic and can move. And no, he did some really good things on film.
They got a rookie going against Miles in left tackle. And I know he's a high pick, but what do you think that's like for a guy in his first game to be looking across at Miles?
Oh, I mean, it's probably one of the toughest matchups you can have, being a rookie or a 10-year guy. Sometimes they're I don't know, when I was a rookie, I didn't know as much as I know now, so you don't know what you don't know sometimes. I'm sure everybody's asking about him, and I mean, you look on the film, you know what Myles Garrett is. I'm sure they're going to have a plan for him. I don't think they're just going to drop back 50 times and let him go one-on-one. So I'm sure there's going to be some chips and some slides his way and things of that nature. But it's definitely a tough matchup, for a young guy. But you're welcome to the NFL. You're in the NFL, and it's his moment.
I mean, is that where Baker's eyes will go first? You think is where Miles is to figure out how to stop him?
Yeah, I don't know the exact plan. I'm sure there's a protection plan. Sometimes you have protection plans where you're sliding to a guy no matter what, or if it's a vanilla look, you go to him. So I'm sure they have a plan or a chip or a double team, So there's something there. So he might not have to look, if they try and take Miles out and double team him and chip him, I think other guys on our D line will have to step up and win their one-on-ones.
Ethan started 40 games in this league, but just how do you think he's settled in at that center spot now?
Yeah, Post's been good. He's real. He's real locked in. He's real serious. He's real eager to learn. He's always asking questions to, Coach Callahan and Jacoby, make sure they're on the same page of things. But he's good, man. He's a solid player for us, and he's going to do a good job, I think, getting us in the right positions and stuff. But he stepped in really well.
Kind of off that, Joel, not saying you guys were in a bad spot, but are you in a better spot with, Wyatt even talked about the stances and just how different Ethan is at center? Do you guys feel like you're in maybe a better spot?
Yeah, we've gotten, 4 weeks now, I think, with him at center, and he was a little different. He kind of held the ball a little different. He's a bigger guy than Nick was. All those type of things are, it's minute, but, it can be 2 or 3 inches, in your stance where you're set up at and stuff. So there was a little bit of an adjustment period, but I think we're in a really good spot right now.
Hey, Joel, you mentioned how long it can take some defensive tackles to kind of figure things out. You've gone against Jordan Elliott a little bit here, and people are just raving about how different he is this year. You notice that?
Yeah, he's another guy that just was pretty much here all offseason. Worked with Evan Marcus, one of our strength coaches, and put on a bunch of good weight, and he's a lot heavier. He's always had pretty heavy hands for, a D lineman, but I mean, he's a lot heavier, and I think he's in a position where he gets to play that nose guard position, and he's understanding more what it takes to play in this league and how you got to hold up against double teams and stuff. But he's definitely a much improved player.
In 2020, you guys seem to have the formula: get out in the first quarter and then just let Chubb and Kareem go to work on opponents, alternating series, and by the fourth quarter, the opponents are just gassed. Do you kind of get the sense that, especially early in the season, that's a formula that Coach Stefanski's wanting to get back to here?
Yeah, I think it's always part of our identity, wanting to do that, but also it really does depend on the game plan. There's times where a defense doesn't allow you to do that. If they're putting 9 guys in the box, you can't just hit your head against the wall. You're gonna have to throw the ball, and the more you can throw the ball, sometimes it spreads it out a little bit more. But I think if you look at the identity of the team, it's one that you want to run the ball, you want to take shots with play action, you want to take your shots when you're there, and I think when we're working well, it kind of shows.
Joel, what makes you feel confident that that Jacoby is going to be able to get the job done and lead you guys?
Yeah, I think Jacoby's experience throughout the league. I mean, the amount of teams he's been on, the situations he's been in. I mean, he's been in some, difficult situations for a quarterback, and his leadership he's shown here, and his ability. I mean, we've seen it in practice, in 2-minute drills, his connections with Amari and some of the other receivers, David. It's just big, and I think, on our offensive line, there's a lot of pressure on us. We got to protect him too, and I think we have the supporting cast that's going to put him in a good position as well. And we have all the faith in the world that he can go out there and help us win games.
Joel, you talked about technique, and the tight ends have been working with you guys all preseason, all training camp. How have you seen those guys develop in their blocking technique as they prepare for this week one matchup?
Yeah, it's been good. Coach Peters and Coach Callahan would work with them as well, and we usually do work, but I think there's a little extra emphasis on that this year. But David's always been like a strong, athletic guy, and there's little things that he can refine in his game technique-wise, and I think he's starting to do that. And when you can do that as a big, strong, athletic guy, it's going to help you even more move the guys. But Harrison, Miller, all those guys have really bought into it, and they're trying to do it. And if you put on the preseason tape, there's plays where you're like, man, that we wouldn't have done that last year in a block or on a cutoff or something like that. So it's all work, and I think that's a testament to being in the same system and really developing guys as well.
Hey, Joe, one more, please. How much did you guys miss Kareem last year?
Oh, he's huge. I mean, not just the player. I mean, the player is a good player, but I mean, his energy, his passion for the game, like he loves playing the game. And, I think everybody here loves it to an extent, but he loves playing the game. And when he's out there, he's going to give it 100%. So it's exciting to see him back out there healthy and ready to go.